Okay, so my software, the screen recording software, apparently doesn't really work very well. I recorded 3 separate videos of gameplay, and I'm just recording this now on my home screen to show you guys the fact that in my home screen, it records fine with my home screen, but the second I go into a game, because a lot of times what I would do is my screen recording software has a 3 second timer before it actually starts recording. So a lot of times what I would do is I would quickly open up my folder with all my games right here. I would have it open, then I would go to my little menu at the top, my notification bar and stuff to start the screen recording, and I would quickly click on Stick War 3 to basically play that for the recordings. To make sure you guys basically have Matt Shea on my friends list in there, because I have them there. Some people just subscribe to Matt Shea, and I'd play around with the game. And I would use the rewind feature to rewind it around. And just know, I recorded 2 of those episodes today. Both of them, I repeat, both of them got corrupted in some way, and it wouldn't actually record the gameplay. So because of this, I'm apparently going to be unable to record things using my actual phone. Meaning, unless I get an actual app like I do on my tablet. Downside is, though, the app would probably take up more space than it's worth. So this video of me on my home screen, my interactive home screen, works just fine. Thing is, though, the second I start recording gameplay, the video just doesn't work. Because see, when I record it at the top in my notification bar, it's supposed to show that it's processing the video, and then once the video's done processing, it's supposed to pop up where I can actually see the video. But the second I'm recording gameplay, it doesn't do that. If I'm just recording my home screen, it works just fine. But when I record gameplay, it doesn't work. Sometimes it'll still process the video, but it won't really work. So to test this, so I'm going to think about testing it to see maybe if I start recording on my home screen and then switch to the game, if that will work. But to be honest, I figure I'll do it some other time. I need to get a video out this morning. It's already 9:26. You know, I sort of been talking about 2 minutes or whatever. I know it's a short video, but you know, I just feel maybe I'm just not gonna make videos anyways. You know, literally for the third recording, I literally just stood there and talked about my team concept and more or less like how I won my first battle and lost my second battle because of the units of my team were good enough. And so I guess for now I'll just tell you guys about the battles that I had. The first fight I had, which as I said I won, big whoop. But what happened was, see, my team composition, which I actually can't really show, because again, it won't let me record gameplay. It's just gonna open the game. It's probably not gonna let me actually show the recording. It's gonna get corrupted or whatever. But in my team composition, I had miners, dead, toxic dead, giants, and then I had the minor upgrades and the toxic totality. And I also had this other thing that's supposed to make miners faster. And I also had the ability Rage, which made light units stronger by a certain percentage. So, yeah. And the first fight I did, I started basically right off the bat by trying to take over the center tower with an undead, with the dead, I forgot. And so basically, I basically took over the tower very easily. And afterwards, I kind of just focused on making more deads and also a little bit more miners. That way I could get resources faster. Now that with the miner upgrade and then I don't remember what ability now. The ability to make miners go faster is haste. That's what I had. So I had miners, dead, toxic dead, giants, haste, rage, these minor upgrades, and toxic totality. That's basically all I had. I ended up during that round of the first fight. It was actually kind of a long one. It was the middle of the night when I did it though, so I was a little bit more able to focus. And eventually I ended up getting full toxic totality upgraded and minor upgraded. It's upgraded. And throughout the entire match, I had more or less been spawning like hordes of dead and toxic death occasionally too, to mix in for the range benefits. I was like, and I even spawned. We spawned a total of like 4 or 5 giants during the entirety of that match. And towards the end of the match was like this crucial, like very big moment. It was very cool, and it feel would have been actually awesome to see for that fact that the freaking video corrupted somehow. I'm literally stuck having to record my home screen, and because I was like literally I'm afraid that if I even record a second inch of gameplay, that it's basically going to corrupt my video. I'm gonna have to test it afterwards, though. So yeah, but basically, the gameplay towards the end of the fight, I ended up trying to do like a big all-out assault on the person's base with all my dead and all my toxic dead and my one giant I had at the time still alive. And I was actually controlling some of the units throughout the fight occasionally, trying to gain more beneficial benefits. And when I say more beneficial benefits, I mean just with the fact that because I was controlling the units, I could potentially try to dodge most ranged attacks. Even though it's not that easy, because one thing I mentioned is how I actually played the original Stick War, like the old PC flash game or whatever. I've actually played that, so like, one of the things I'd normally do is when controlling a unit, whenever I had to fight like a ranged unit, I would actually try dodging some of the attacks by moving upwards or downwards. It's on the almost grid-like moving field. And because of that, it actually allowed me to dodge some ranged attacks. Not that easy to do it here, though, especially when you're playing as the giant like I know we did. It's never hurt. So yeah. So basically, I ended up more or less like playing as a giant, and towards the end, I like had another giant supposed to spawn at the ready when I charged. And basically, after charging, when the statue of the enemy side was practically almost done, my giant died. But just as they died, my other giant finally reached the end of the battlefield. So I was able to immediately take control of the other giant. And then, like, immediately practically win. And the giant actually got the killing blow. So, yeah. And it was like a pretty, like, clutch moment. I don't use that term very widely, I don't want to say that often, but, like, it kind of was just majorly clutch moment. Like a major strength of, like, strategy and power. It was friggin' sweet. And so you guys don't get to see it, though, because the freaking footage corrupted. The second fight I did wasn't as cool. There was no, like, clutch moment. There was this funny moment, though, where... Because here's the thing. In both of the two fights that I did, I played the single player. Because I was playing single player, it gave me more or less a enemy to fight with a more or less big theme to their team, The second enemy I fought was Necromancer. Now, as I said in the other recordings and this recording, I remember correctly, about how the toxic, or not toxic, but they suggest the dead can be spawned very easily because they have a 50 coin cost and a very quick recharge time. So like you can frankly spam dead like a lot. And since I was fighting a character known as Necromancer, fighting a Necromancer-based team, that meant that they were also more or less spamming dead. Not only were they also spamming dead, but they also had the ability to make it so whenever they killed one of my units, a dead popped out of them that fight for them, So more or less what that meant was that for every one of my units that they killed, they gained another unit. And because I was more spamming, doing the same thing they were doing, it was spamming dead. But then so I was also adding toxic dead too. And I was trying to save up for some giants. And one thing that was funny is at one point they killed, like towards the end of the battle, which is where I lost, they killed my giants because there was like a very big horde of the dead. And it was just really like, it was like really overpowering the giant, which is something you can easily do with enough units, but because not only did they have the dead that they were spawning, but dead that literally came from my units, it meant that they were so easily overpowering it. Like that giant had no chance, even though I was controlling them. They still had no chance. So yeah, but basically, and then one thing that was funny is like, because see, and when you kill an enemy in the game, it tends to leave a corpse behind. But when you have like the not tox, or like when you have the ability to summon undead from their corpse, it sometimes gets rid of their corpse. Well, apparently, the giant didn't get rid of its corpse. And all that, but the dead that spawned from it was a tiny one. Well, not really tiny, but like it was average size dead. So it's like, it's almost like the small little dead guy from the giant corpse. And to be honest, it was pretty funny because I have expected kind of for there to be this major giant zombie or whatever. Like the dead that's gonna come out of the giant would also be the giant. But no, the giant didn't turn into dead. Dead just came out of giant pretty much. That's pretty much how it went. There was like big giant dead corpse, and then like a big giant corpse and a small little dead. And I know I'm saying small, but just for knowledge, when I say small, I mean smaller than the giant, not smaller than everyone else. This was average size dead, but it's just the fact that it came from the giant, which is what allows me to call it small. Not only that, but I don't know its actual height, but in real life, I'm 6'4". There's a good chance if I was standing next to it, I could easily call it small. There's a lot of things I can easily call it small. My dad's like a few inches smaller than me, and I can totally call him small. I'm very borderline able to call him small. My mom, she's way shorter than me. I can almost call her small. I say almost because even though she's about, I don't know, 2/3 of my height. She's also 1/3, I think, wider, 1 or 2/3 wider than me. My mom's fat and I love her. I love my mom. One thing I hate though is one thing I kind of hate is how people like fat shame people. Like, what's wrong with being chunky? I know I'm saying it as the giant beanpole. I'm basically a walking toothpick. Giant walking toothpick. But the thing is, I feel like there are quite a few advantages to being fat. First of all, one advantage to being fat is the fact that if you are fat enough, you can easily be bulletproof. Apparently a bullet can only move through so many layers of fat. So because of this, that basically means that if you are fat enough, you can easily become bulletproof. Bulletproof fat. Can you imagine that? I guarantee you probably wouldn't feel that much from being punched either. No, wrong, the bullet would still go through some layers of your body, but it wouldn't be, but you could easily keep it from reaching your heart or your head. I mean, not your head, but your heart, I mean, don't get me wrong, that would have to be probably insane levels of fat, and you probably wouldn't be able to move very much. But still, bulletproof. I feel like though, because here's the thing, one thing, if people who see your life see me that, my family knows I kind of have an unhealthy eating habits. When I say unhealthy eating habits, I mean I specifically eat mostly burgers. Well, it's the closest thing I eat that's actually healthy. In a way, it's apples. Apples and pears. But that's because they taste good. And to be honest, one thing I just want to get off my chest, one thing I just want to acknowledge that's out there right now, pear juice is better than apple juice. That's right, I said it. I don't care what anyone thinks about me. I generally don't care about what people think about me or what people think about my opinion. I just know pears. I know it's my opinion and all, but pear juice is so much better than apple juice. Like straight up, I will literally get like a can of pears, like some one of the little cups of pears, just for the juice. Like straight up, pears and apples about the same taste wise, but the second you add the juice, that's what separates apples from pears. Like, pretty sure if you had like a just a dry apple, like you had like a apple or pears, a regular apple or regular pear, without like the juice, which I guess would be pretty dry, you wouldn't be able to tell the difference. But the second you taste the juice, it's like just the biggest difference ever, and it's just so much better to drink pear juice. It tastes so good. So yeah. But I guess that should be enough for recording. I mean, I guess I didn't fully go over how I lost. I just kind of went on a tangent about how I got the dead, the small dead from the big zombie, or the big giant. But like, I guess it's just kind of self-explanatory how I lost that though. But how I said, like, obviously they overpowered the giant, they overpowered me because giants are very expensive. So like, because the giants are very expensive, it's a lot of time you gotta choose between. You know, like the giants are like 1,500 for my family. So 1,500. You know how many? Do you know how many deads that would be? That's a lot of deads. And like, I mean, that definitely way more than enough deads to overpower two giants. I feel. But yeah, more or less, it kind of went overpowered. And I'm sorry I didn't get to show you guys any gameplay, but like, my screen recording software is just. Cause see, I'm using the screen recording software that's like built into my phone. And my phone has built-in screen recording software, and I've been wanting to test it, but I hadn't tested it until Monday night. Which since I tried to upload the video today, which is Sunday, and it didn't work. And then at one point, I tested it in my garage. I did the same thing I did Monday, and it just did the same thing. It kind of corrupted the video. It didn't really want to show any of the footage. So then at one point, I decided to record just my screen, just my home screen, and it worked. I didn't upload the video though because, well, I was just doing it as a test. So I decided, okay, well, it's working now. And I decided to, let's record the gameplay again. And whoop-de-doo, it didn't work. So I'm guessing I just can't really record gameplay with my recording software. So yeah, I'm just kind of scared to open any app right now, just in case like if it like corrupts the recording. So yeah. So until I figure out what I can and can't record, or how I can't record, I'm guessing I'm just gonna have to not really record much for a while. I mean, I guess you guys could say I could just record my tablet like I normally do, but the thing about that is, there's a few problems with using a screen recording software on my tablet, and the tablet doesn't have very much storage space. I'm literally only able to record one episode a week. There was that one time where I did an episode, I think it was episode 6.5. And as you guys probably heard in the 6.5 Soda Dungeon 2, basically what happened is that the screen recording kind of cut off my recording. So I had to upload a little extra to try to add it to the end. And one thing that happens when I tried to add it to the end in the recording software, I tried to edit the videos to add the other one at the end, and there was not enough storage space apparently to actually add the videos together. Because one thing I was hoping I would just combine the videos into one, because apparently it had enough storage space for both videos. But it didn't have enough storage space to have both videos combined apparently. So like, I was unable to actually put the two. So I was unable to actually upload the videos as one, partially because they weren't able to be combined because there wasn't enough storage space. Thing is, I don't even know how it would have combined in them. I don't know if it would have been an entirely new and separate video, or if it would have just made the one that I was trying to add to the video. If it would have made like the 16 episodes, and there's the whole 16 plus the 0.5. I had the 0.5 as well. Or, to be honest, I just don't know. But the point is, like, there wasn't much storage space on my tablet, which is why I only record and upload one episode a week. Cause like, it was like not only that, but like every episode that I record and upload, I have to more or less delete after uploading it, or weeks before recording the next. Otherwise, I won't be able to record the next video. So I've basically done this entire whole 20-minute video just talking over my home screen, occasionally tapping it to activate the Eevee, my live wallpaper app. By the way, I'm not really sponsored to this live Eevee wallpaper. It's just something I use. So don't expect the link down in the description. I don't even know how to add links to my description, to be honest. A lot of times there's always a screen recording link to the screen recorder that I use in the videos on my tablet. But I always get rid of the link. I always like wipe it out. Cause I'm not sponsored by them, so why should I support them? They don't pay me money. Sure, I use their app, but sometimes it doesn't even work. So yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and sign off the episode right here. It's been 21 minutes, so I'll be going on 22. I need to at least upload something this morning, hopefully before actual lunchtime. So that'll be all for now. See you guys next time whenever I get to record. Just so you know, I never really have free time to record. The only reason I always upload on Sundays is because I a lot of times only get one episode, or I'll only get one of time to record a week. And some weeks I don't get any time to record at all. So sometimes the worst thing you can do is expect me to upload on time. That's what I'm literally recording this the day I'm supposed to upload it. And don't worry, I'm not gonna wait till the next week. I'm actually recording it. I'm gonna upload it this week. I'm gonna start recording the video and I'm just gonna immediately go set upload. If it works. That's all I hope it works. That'll be all for now. Goodbye.